Hey, yeah, it's your girl Jasmine here in Zone 6B, Illinois, and I am back in my backyard, but this time I'm in the greenhouse. But I have to start my seeds the fall. I'm actually like getting them started, but that's okay. So for me, with my um, seeds, I make my own seed starting mix with cocoa coir, vermiculite, and perlite. And I tend to add in earthworm castings, not a whole lot, just a little bit, just so that once the seedlings start growing, they already have nutrients. Because sometimes I'm not on it with fertilizing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even in the garden, I got my garlic in here drying, and it smells great. And so the seeds I'm starting, collards. I like these collards. I have another collard, but I don't really like those as much. I'm gonna do Swiss chard. I've never grown Swiss chard, but I am. Beets. Never grew beets, but I will. Um, cilantro didn't. These seeds are old, 3 years old, but let's see. The cilantro. I actually want to start some more beans as well. Some little Brussels sprouts, and then broccoli. I also want to do cabbage. Not a lot. I need more spinach seeds. Because I do want to have spinach. Normally we'll do lettuce. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't do well with certain lettuce. I have no clue why, but I don't. On the ground, yes. I don't know, probably a bug. And I don't know, robins are not bad. They don't bother me. Bugs, like most birds. I think that's it. Again, I'm gonna start my beans too. So I have a lot of seeds, and I probably don't have enough seed starting mix to start everything. I start my seeds in soil blocks. At least that's what I started this year. I started on soil blocks. I was using trays at first and like individual cell blocks. I didn't necessarily like it. I always struggled getting them out when it was time to either up high them or what have you. So I I started soil blocks, and actually it worked well for me this year. I actually got a better germination rate with a lot of the seeds that I started, to the point where, and it didn't dampen off or anything crazy like that either. Um, and I got so many to the point I had extras of stuff. I gotta make sure these were sitting in here, so I gotta make sure I in here. Oh, I definitely don't have enough seed starting mix in here for everything I want to start. Soil is actually not dry. I got water thinking it's gonna be dry. So that's my soil starting mix there. And I use 2-inch blocks, 2-inch blocks, and I'm actually gonna put down each of everything in its own tray. I have 3 collards growing. Yes. What? Like our house? Oh, the birdhouse? Because it's literally a birdhouse. It's shelter. Shelter, somewhere for them to live. They can make their nest, have their babies. Their babies can be safe. Yeah, why not? What? That's okay. I got a lot of mulberry trees. They eat those. Okay, so I'm just filling this block and I'll show you guys. I moistened the soil so it's like really dark. But have you looked at it? Yep. Next year on where to put it. See, push it down. Need my hand. Yes. Okay, I'm back. So that's the gist of my soil blocks. Um, I'll probably want to do a whole tray of anything. I'll just do enough to have around the yard and places in the garden where summer crops will come out. Again, these fall crops can handle a little bit. I think I'm gonna get like 6 rows. These smaller trees. I'm usually a lot more organized than this. This picture is overall. That's the best looking blocks. Let me show y'all. Okay, so that's one full tray. That's after I just moistened the soil more. Look at those blocks, so pretty. I already indented. So I literally just put a seed, probably 2 because these are old seeds in each cell, and go from there. Let's do that now. Because if I don't, I will forget what I'm gonna do. Cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and collard in one because I have collard out already. We'll do beet, cilantro, and Swiss chard in one. I should have enough. See, start next for hopefully 3 trays. Then broccoli. Let's see how old these broccoli. This is from 3 years ago. This is from 2. This was 2 years ago. Does it have anything in it? Nope, and it did not germinate well. So that to the side. So I'll have to go and buy more broccoli seeds. And it's unfortunate. I've started to grab broccoli or my seeds off online. I'm noticing I get better germination rates than what I buy in store. No offense. But I don't have time for that this year because I'm already behind. I only got 3. So I'm just dropping 2. I'm gonna do 2 rows here. I guess I'll put or 3 rows. I'm gonna do half of this. All right, that's it. That's all I do. I'll pat them in, but because I'm gonna sprinkle a little soil on top loosely, and then spray them, mostly covering where I put the indent to make sure the seeds are covered, but they're not deep. Let's get a label. And this is trying to get this done before my baby wakes up from his nap. Okay. So right in the middle there, we're gonna do, I have 3 collard plants growing, but so I'm just gonna do 1 row of collards and then 2 rows of cabbage. Or no, we're gonna do 2 rows of collard. I like collard greens, especially in the winter. So I'm gonna do 2 rows of collards, a row of Swiss chard because I've never grown it, never had it, so it's really experimental. And actually, I got the seed package wet, so I don't know how it's gonna work out. We're doing 2 of these too because I'm sure this is an older packet. I know last year, so not too bad. But you get a lot of seasonings packets. I don't know if you guys can see, it's a lot. And when you're growing in a small backyard like I am, you're just not gonna use all those seeds. You're not. So these are Georgia dark green. I grew some collard this year, and they were a different seed packet. I don't think I have it out, but I didn't. They not. the normal collards that we normally eat. I feel like they look more like kale, and so it had me confused. They taste like collards, but I like that dark green, big collard leaves, and so that's what I'm going for. And I have some still growing out there, so it's okay. But if I can get these going, and once my garden flips to um, winter or fall and winter, because of some of these will be growing well into November, like the collards and shoot, maybe even broccoli this year. I pulled my broccoli earlier last year. I didn't have to. I feel like it would have been okay. And it says Swiss chard. I'm gonna do multiple rows of cabbage, broccoli. Oh, so I just do. When I say I don't grow, I grow enough for my small family of four. And I try to grow what we're gonna eat. And at the end of the day, it's a fight to get my babies. I have a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old, and it's truly a fight to get them to eat vegetables. Um, they're more willing to eat them now when they come from out of the garden. See, oh, maybe that's how these seeds look. Interesting. Oh, I need bigger divots though. These holes aren't going to be big enough. I had a steak. I actually have a thing I use. Let me see. This will make enough of a hole. Oh, I feel like something's crawling on me. Didn't feel like my hair. Okay. It wasn't. It was an ant. I'm seeing it now. Okay. And again, I got this package wet. So I am going to put 2 seeds in each and hope for the best, which is another reason I'm not designating a lot of space for it. Put 1, 3 in the middle. Next time I have to make, which will probably be for this season, maybe, if depending on how much I can get made. Oh, this is heavy. Good and dark soil, filled, not labeled. Let's see, let's do this for, oh, okay. I have to clean my labels. But this is Swiss chard. Okay. Okay. Now, good, labeled. There we go. And I'm definitely gonna do another 3 of collards because it's truly something my family eats. A lot of broccoli. So, okay. Let's make another tray. And so I've been using this soil starting mix for this the 3rd year. When I first started gardening 3 years ago, I started making my own soil mix actually. And that was because I found that I can get more if I, for basically the same price if I bought soil, basically. Um, and I use a lot of what I start my soils with in the garden too, and like my grow bags and stuff, only because I've noticed that if I use straight soil that I buy from the store, it it dries out quicker in grow bags. And so when I mix it like 30% with my seed starting mix, because I make my seed starting mix purposely for retention, water retention, not so that it stays, not with the intention that it'll be soggy, but that it stays moist. And so when you're growing in grow bags, if you grow in grow bags, you know that's one of the biggest things with grow bags, they dry out. And that's just inevitable. And so I try to do what I can to ensure that they don't end up bone dry in between watering, and adding more water retentive things like cocoa coir and vermiculite helps. I don't put as much perlite though, because perlite helps with help the soil dry and the mosquito got my arm. And so that's not our goal either. So I definitely balance it to what I'm growing. Downside of starting my seeds in the greenhouse, mosquitoes. I got this problem in my basement. I'm already seeing seeds. So I know there's going to be other stuff popping up. I reuse my soil. My seed starting mix. I do. Are you guys starting seeds for the fall? Are you growing in the fall? Some people I've noticed don't even garden much in the fall. They just are spring set up in summer. I started growing in the fall last year, and even then it was very small scale. This year it's going to be a little bit bigger, but still small, as you see. I'm not starting a whole lot of seeds, but I also only have like the equivalent of, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 feet, or with that, maybe 500 square feet of gardening space in total. So I don't have enough space to grow a whole lot as it is. I keep expanding my garden, and the more my kids and my husband don't use my backyard, the more I will expand it, because things like what we're experiencing this year with our berries and vegetables and make me realize I need to go ahead and grow my own food. And so like last night we had collards. I have collards growing for the sake of keeping them for the fall, but they're not producing crazy because it's July. But to have them and have fresh vegetables for my family when I feel like we're in a vegetable crisis. Yeah, it's kind of nice. So I won't have enough to do another full tray, but I'll have enough so that I can start some beans that I need to put. I need to put some beans out, but I don't want to put them direct sow them. I tried it, and I have bugs eating at them in my garden beds before they can really take off. So I'm gonna start them in the greenhouse and cells. I'm gonna make the tray and see how many I can start first, but we'll be able to do here. I'm not sure if I can even do beets, mostly because they're meant to be grown in fall, and I guess until the spring, into the summer. I don't know. I've never grown beets, so you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do some research to make sure I'm not wasting my time. But we're gonna do Brussels sprouts and do 2 rows of Brussels sprouts, and let's hope I get all of those because I don't know how old are these seeds. Sweet seeds, 2 years old, so I'm gonna do 3 in each. If my seeds are more than a season out, I do 3 just to ensure. And then because they're in these cell blocks, I realized this year I'm able to easily break them apart, as I learned with my broccoli and my collards this year, without really doing much damage to the roots. So if I can get 2 to 3 to pop up, oh, I got too many in there. So, one back. Oh, I got my back. Okay. Then if I can get 2 to pop up, cool. 1 to pop up, great. You know, well, 1, cool. 2, great. 3, probably not gonna happen. But if it happens, I'm here for it. Okay, so label this. I can get, like, I'm sowing these now, and as I walk through my garden doing stuff, I'll be planning out where to put them because I have no clue where I'm putting this stuff for the fall, and they'll hopefully go out towards the end of August. Cabbage is a few last year, so we'll do 2 each. Now this I do know where I'm putting it. It'll actually have its own bed over back here where I have squash and corn that did not do well because it does have enough sun growing, and beans. So the squash and corn will come out and it'll pretty much just be cabbages there. A fight within on me because I know I get a lot of cabbage butterflies or white butterflies, and so, or cabbage moths, whatever you guys call them. I've read on all the different names for them. Then I'll soak my my beans while I cook dinner tonight. I'm making tacos. Taco Tuesday. Because it is indeed Tuesday. Pat them down to make sure it gets good soil contact. What else did I say I was putting? It's cilantro because it didn't do well. Everything else is direct sown, like my carrots. Let's see what I have in mind. container. What can I start from here? Nothing. Nothing. I pretty much got it going. Nothing. Okay. Label this. And we'll pick one. Cabbage. Oh, yes, I see it. Okay. And then I'm not on. I'll rather direct sow the cilantro. Man, that's tough. That's tough. Heavy on the tough. Guess I'll start some lettuce. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep that empty. That'll be for the broccoli that I'm gonna buy because I'm not starting lettuce with seeds that I know won't do well there. Make space for it. Oh, my bad. I was all in your face. So now we're gonna see how many blocks I can get with the rest of this soil so that I can start some beans. And then I have to decide which beans I want to start after that. I know I have space for pole beans because that's what got eaten up with that succession sowing. And so I didn't get, I think I got like 2 that's growing now, which kind of sucks. So I'll have that space. So with that, I know I'm probably gonna do not rattlesnake. I know for a fact Cherokee Trail of Tears. Because I like black beans. I'm not gonna get many. Okay. Get like a couple fails. Sucks. It's okay. Still direct, so some. 3, so that's what 11 beans. That's okay because I don't have a lot of space for beans. And like my bush beans, I'm gonna soak and direct sow. In the space that I had my garlic in, because that area is actually gonna get garlic next year too. And next year I plan to do, or this fall, I should say, I plan to do, because I break my garden up into squares, and so I plan to do 4 squares of garlic, which is double what I did this year in the spring. And if you didn't see my spring garlic, go watch that harvest video. Chaos, because yeah, them garlic was hard to come out. And it's crazy because I had harvested garlic and I didn't have that issue. Didn't have that issue. But so let me see. The whole things that so these were Tiger's Eye Bush Dry Garden beans. Tiger Eye, right? These were not Tiger Eye beans. At least they didn't. No, they're Tiger Eye. They're pretty beans. But I don't know if they're a bush variety. Because how they grew trailing. Like I didn't put out any trellis or anything, but they started trellising, and I'm like, wait, they're producing now, but they're not growing. It's okay. Those are dry beans too. I'm not gonna do more of those because I have several spots with those in the garden. I actually have several spots with these in the garden too, but I'm definitely doing more of those. Lima beans, I think I have these growing. I think this is also something that didn't do well. They're pretty. I really went for pretty beans. They're pretty. Oh. So I might do a few of these rows since I have to. That'll be 3, 4, and then we're gonna. Wow, wasps want to come in here and bother me. We're gonna do Kentucky Wonder whole beans. I'm gonna do 3 of those, 4 row of those. So we'll do that, and then I'm gonna also take these in the house to soak. These to soak. These are soybean because they didn't do well. I have stuff growing in my yard in my garden, and it got mixed up. I'm sure it wasn't for me, but so I have to see. I'm gonna have to go harvest and stuff to see how it looks, to know which bean is what in the garden. But I was putting stuff in spots, and then my squash in the bed took over. But anywho, that's what it is. That's my hope when I'm sitting here. I'm gonna put the garden. One Kentucky Wonder in here. And I'm gonna pour that. We're gonna do what's that, turkey. Tears. And then what's it? Mom's. I'm not they're pretty. They're like so I have to do. So I think that mama. I'm trying to snake. So that's what we'll start after I go in the house and soak them. And then we'll come back over here. We'll come back out and do that. I gotta remember when I go back out to grab more broccoli seeds because I'm gonna fill this tray in with broccoli more than likely because my family eats a lot of broccoli and it'll be nice to have that for the winter. Lettuce, I'm gonna try to direct sow lettuce, not heads. I'm gonna do a couple leaf. I'm gonna do the salad bowl and gourmet plan. I'm gonna direct sow both of these probably today because why not? Let's see, when did it say? It said July, August, yeah. So that's the zone I can direct sow. And we'll see. I don't do well with lettuce, but I need lettuce. So that's what we're gonna do. But that's how I start my seeds. I managed to get it done. Didn't think I would, because I've been busy trying to find a job and stuff. So that's cool. I like that I still have time for my hobbies. Anyway, um, continue to follow me along this journey of growing my own family's food, especially in the world of chaos that we're living in right now. Um, and I hope you guys are growing your own food, your own fruits and vegetables, trying to provide for your family safe, clean food. Um, it's not easy, but it's rewarding. And so I'm going to keep doing it. Have a good one.